What's going on, everyone? Nico here with the wooden spoon. Finally, back shooting another episode of the Sit Down. And I haven't shot it. I'm sorry, I haven't been here in weeks. It's been absolutely crazy, and we'll kind of get into why it's been crazy. First reason is that it's festival season, and even though I said I wasn't going to do festivals, I'm doing festivals. So I'll give you guys my schedule before we get started of where you could come, meet me, take pictures with a spoon, buy your own t-shirts from the Wooden Spoon, buy your own spoons, get featured on our vlogs, and so much more. So now this isn't set in stone. I'll tell you which ones are set in stone. August 6th through 8th will be in Youngstown, Ohio. August 14th and 15th will be at the Lewiston, New York Art Festival. August 19th through the 22nd, we will be back in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Bloomfield Italian Festival. Those three are set in stone. Possibly August 26th through the 29th, we will be in Boston, Massachusetts, North End at the St. Anthony's Fest. That one I might be the most excited for. We just have to make that one set in stone. We got some help in Massachusetts. I was just in Nonantham at the Newton, outside the Newton Festival, doing a pop-up, which was amazing. We'll talk about that in another episode. But then we are on break. I don't know. We might do some pop-ups in September. We'll see. But in October, Columbus Day weekend, we are in Columbus, Ohio. And then November, I think it's one of the first weekends in November, we will be possibly in Jupiter, Florida. So all around the East Coast coming at the festivals. We got some new t-shirt designs that you could only get at the festivals for now. We got custom wooden spoons you can get. Watch me engrave them on site. So that is what we're up to. But let's dive into the topic today, Azzuri. Now, before we get started, I'm not a huge soccer fan. I've never really followed soccer. My family's played soccer. I really played soccer 1 year, maybe, and when I was in first grade, which was how many freaking years ago? A lot of years ago. But I think the Euro Cup brought a lot of attention, a lot of eyeballs on soccer. For me personally, I kind of started to really enjoy watching soccer. I hope my cousin's not listening to this podcast because my cousin used to play D1 women's soccer, and I would go to the games and we go, this is the most boring thing ever. Luckily, she was a goaltender, so every time the ball was near her, it was kind of exciting, and she'd get saves, and I'd be the only person in the stands cheering. But that's what you get when you watch D1 women's soccer. So that was only my really experience at soccer, and then we got the Euro Cup, and we got Italy. Now, one thing I have done more recently is bet on soccer games, which if you guys don't already gamble online, you could go to mybookie.ag. My referral link is in the code. Sign up using my referral link so you could benefit the Wooden Spoon and gamble on your favorite sports. Anyways, so I bet a lot. I bet a lot on MMA fights. You guys know this about me. You see my wins. You see my losses. I break even about, I don't say I win a lot in gambling, but I have fun doing it. $5, $10 here and there. So every game I'd bet $5 on Italy, and I started winning some money. So I was like, before, I think maybe the second game into it, Italy was like plus 300 to win the Euro or something. What was it? Plus 600. It was plus 600 to win the Euro Cup. Your boy threw $5 on them, won $30. So I feel like every time I bet $5 in Italy, they were winning. They were winning. So every time, bet $5 on it, bet $5 in Italy. And when you bet on the games, it's way more exciting. So I'm starting to get into it, starting to get into soccer. This jersey was a birthday present for me in June. So you boys balls deep into it. Now, the only time I really remember watching like soccer, especially Italy, was in 2006 when they won the World Cup. I remember I was 10 years old, and I had a baseball tournament, and we were late to like the final, to like the championship game, because we were watching Italy win the World freaking Cup. I remember the headbutt from France. I remember the shootout. I remember everything. And I remember I lived in Niagara Falls, New York, so it wasn't a big city. There was a small Italian population. A lot of Italians lived there back in the day, but I remember cars flying by, waving the flag, honking their horn. I remember it was crazy. I go, what is this? I've never seen anything like this. And I've never seen anything like that, even like seen Yankees win World Series. Granted, I was in upstate or Western New York, so nothing really. The only thing that could really compare to this was watching a Bills game, watching the Bills win, which, I mean, even that, like, Bills never won anything huge. We won the division. We made it to the AFC Championship this year, so I've never seen really anything crazy. And then I was like, all right, I'm back in New York City. As you guys could see, this isn't my normal podcast setup, but I'm back in New York City. And I was like, hey, I hit up my guy Sabino from Growing Up Italian. Shout out to them. And I was like, hey, where can we go watch the game? He goes, got to go down to Brooklyn and watch the game. I go, all right. Didn't know because I'm in Queens. It's kind of a drive. Got to the Bell Park, whatever. Got to drive far. Queens and Brooklyn, it's like might as well be driving back home to Buffalo. Anyway, so I'm in the car driving, and we're late. Always, it's last Sunday driving to Brooklyn, watching the game on. I'm watching on my phone on ESPN, and 2 freaking minutes in, England scores, and I go, "Son of a bitch, am I making this hour drive to watch a 1-0 like shutout?" I'm pissed. So we get to Brooklyn, and man, freaking tons of people. I've never seen like this many people in an area outside watching a game. I was like, this is crazy, but it's like fun. This is going to be the side note. I know I'm hopping off track, but in the middle, people never, this is definitely Italians are. So I wasn't even washing my jersey when I was watching the games. I was only watching it at home. I wasn't getting that sweaty, but soaked the jersey. I was like, damn, we're sweating. It's like 85, 90 degrees. We're in a crowd of people. And I'm like, wow, Italy scored, and I've never seen anything like that. People are going absolutely nuts, and now people are like, it's 1-1, we're controlling the ball. It's only a matter of time before we score again, and it's going crazy. Like I said, people are drinking a lot. People doing shoeies where they pour the beer in the shoe, drink it out of the shoe. People are going crazy. Get into the overtime. We're nervous now. Getting into the second overtime. Nervous now. Shootout. And when I tell you, I've never seen anything like this in my life. Yeah, I felt like I was watching the game there, like with in Italy, like it was crazy. And they freaking won it, man. And when I tell you, I've never seen a celebration of a sporting event in that magnitude. Holy shit. I can't wait for you guys to see the actual footage. If you go on in our Instagram and TikTok, I got some footage of them hitting the game-winning goal. Or I'm sorry, this game-winning save. People going bananas out in Brooklyn. But then it's like the party didn't stop. It was all freaking night. I saw everybody from our Boys Are Growing Up Italian, our guest who are having on the podcast in a little bit, Robbie Alessandro. I see people chanting obscenities that I probably won't put in the vlog. I might put one or two of them in the blog, but there's some stuff that I shot that I can't put on YouTube. I think I'll get shut down. But people hopping on top of Verizon buses, shaking, cops just there like, hey, come on, just get down, blowing off fireworks in the middle of the street, a parade. A parade just happened. You know, like when you see there's a fair or a festival, like, oh, there's going to be a parade, there's going to be floats, there's going to be this and that. Within 2 minutes, cars lined up. They had a parade going. There was bands. There was people with instruments. There was freaking bakeries running out rainbow cookies and cannoli, like to everybody. We're just eating cannoli and rainbow cookies. It was wild. So I had the wooden spoon set up with the mic. So I got some street interviews, which was great. Like I said, people just throwing champagne. You know, the air horns that meh, meh, meh. Somebody threw it into the crowd. It hit me in the head. Like a giant air horn, like this, like the size of my microphone, hit me in the head. It was solid. It hurt really bad. But it was what a freaking blast. I'm so happy that I was in Brooklyn watching Italy win the 2020 Euro Cup, which is nuts. Now, oh my God, like nothing like, so this is kind of why I've been on hiatus from the podcast. I haven't shot a podcast in 3 weeks. I've been like coming out to New York. We were just in Boston. We'll do a podcast about Boston in the next week or two, but holy shit, man. So like I said, I'm new to soccer. I got some rule changes. This is a joke for all you freaking diehard soccer fans. This is a joke. Number one thing I would change to soccer. Let people know the rules before we start. Like I don't really know the rules. Like what's added time? Just stop the clock when the ball's out of bounds. You stop the clock. It's like basketball. Basketball doesn't have added time. They run that shit through. When I know how much time's left. We're sitting here watching. It's like 90 plus. It's like 93 minutes. We're like, okay, when's it gonna stop? Like you don't know. I don't get it. Or at least explain it before the game starts. I know when I watch UFC or mixed martial arts at the beginning, hey, this is the rules. This is what you can do. This is what you can't do. This is the time limits. This is what happens. This is how you win. I get everything. Boom, boom, boom. I get it. I understand it. I don't get the time. Second thing I do, the field's too big. It's too big. Cut it in half, I think, at least, and let's get some shots on goal. And you could maybe make the net a little smaller if you do that, but like, let's get some shots on goal. Let's get it rolling. I don't get the passing it back. I know I'm gonna get shit on this podcast. That's a game. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, so I'm sitting here. I could be the next soccer commissioner or whatever, watching all these games. There's one more. I don't really remember it. I don't get the flopping. I guess I don't get it. It's sometimes it's so funny. Also, whenever a ref blows a whistle, the number one reaction is this. They put two hands on their head and they like what happened? Like, you know what happened? You just tackled that guy. And whenever the ref blows the whistle at someone, it's like they're always surprised. And then there was the one video that went viral. That guy, the one player just falls down, like grabs his leg like Peter Griffin and Family Guy, like and then they score a goal. Then he gets up and celebrates. That was the funniest shit ever. Also, the Italian soccer coach is the most Italian guy ever. So yeah, that's all. So that's my take on someone who's new to soccer. That's my thing. Yeah. So let's take a little break, and then we'll bring our guest on. In the meantime, you guys go follow the Wooden Spoon on all social medias. Go check out the TikTok, the Instagram. Go make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Go freaking subscribe to the Wooden Spoon Media on YouTube, because that's where the vlog's going to be. And this vlog is going to get millions of views. I guarantee it. And help me get millions of views. Come on, guys. But it was wild. I'm going to try to get it up as fast as I possibly can. But let's bring on our guest. What's going on? I'm joined by my good friend, Robbie Alessandro. Robbie's a content creator, actor, comedian. He does it all. What's going on, Robbie?
What's going on, Nico? This is it's a pleasure to be on your podcast, man.
Oh man, I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate it. Dude, it's fun. It was so funny. Like we just connect, because we've connected like a while back. I think, were you on Mike Marino's show? Maybe is that how we got in contact?
I wasn't. So I wasn't on Mike Marino's show. What I did was I met up with him, and then we did. We hung out. We sat down. We came up with some ideas, and then we did this sketch. And then he posted it on his page. We did the sketch. I edited it, and then he posted it, and that's probably where you kind of saw me.
Yeah, and then like just out of nowhere, like everybody and their mother was in Brooklyn the other week, and we met.
And we finally met. Well, you actually, so I don't know, you've been doing this for 2 years, almost 3 years, right?
Yeah, almost 3. I think almost 3 years now. Jesus.
Because when you first got on the scene, you actually sent me 2 shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, should I wear it? I'm like, I went with the bada bing today, you know.
You gotta like the bada. You going to Sopranos Con?
No, man, it's right here. It's literally right by the house.
Dude, I'm like 3 hours away. I just drove to Boston, and people are like, "Oh, you going to Sopranos Con?" I'm like, "No, I think I'm gonna get so much FOMO when everybody starts posting it, though."
I know, and that's how I felt. That's how I felt. You know, the day of Brooklyn. You know,
yeah.
when we were playing, because I live down the shore, so I live a half hour from Atlantic City. So I'm like, you know, Sopranos Con is something that I was considering, but I don't think I'm gonna make it. But yeah, it was like, you know, 3 hours for you. Going down to Bensonhurst the other day, that was like an hour and 20 minutes. We'll get to that story later, but yeah, man, I'm that's how it is. You know, you feel left out, you know, because you're gonna see videos and pictures, and you're like, shit, man, I should have went, but sometimes you just can't make it.
I know. I was going to go as a vendor, but I've got so much, like I was just in Boston doing a pop-up, and I'm like organizing, and it was I just couldn't fit it in. I'm like, I'm upset. Yeah. But I mean, I'm sure the event's going to be awesome. I can't wait to see all the pictures and shit.
I know, man. It's going to be so cool. And Nico, you got to get your ass down here, man, down the shore sometime.
You know, we should set something up maybe for maybe like the first week of September when I'm back. I don't know. It's still warm then, right?
Yeah, it's still warm. And we could do something. We could even, if you're interested, we could do even like a sketch or something, man.
That would be fun. I know. It's like one thing I want to start getting, because I got ideas for sketches. I just like, we were just talking about it before we were rolling. It's just a pain in the ass to get them shot, get them edited. Wait till not to like totally change the subject, but I got so much footage from Brooklyn. I was doing interviews on the street. I've got
Did
like,
you?
there's shit that I recorded that I can't show people because it's like just obscene.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta send them to me privately.
we might start up.
Or
We
when we
gotta
get
start
together, we'll watch them together.
all right, yeah. I might start like an OnlyFans or a Patreon just to show it.
Yeah, do a Patreon. Yeah. I could only imagine the things that went on.
No, but like I mean, just
That I
some
didn't see.
some of the stuff, just like the some of the certain chants and shit were like just crazy. You
Yeah.
heard some.
Oh, yeah, I heard some.
But yeah, so tell me about a little bit. I saw you were doing like a soccer like mini Instagram live series with Paulie Malignaggi, who was also in Brooklyn.
Yes, absolutely.
That Sunday.
Yeah, so me and Paulie, we became I was a fan, so I'm 32. I think you're
Are you
much
really?
younger than me. Yeah, I'm like an old guy, man.
Nah, not at all.
But our Italian genes, I guess.
Dude, I know. I still get, dude. I got carded, I think, like a year ago or like before the pandemic to go to the freaking movies.
What? To see a rated R movie?
I rated R movie. I got carded.
Come
I
on.
think going 22.
Come on. So I was a fan, and I've met Paulie as a fan and stuff like that. But along the years, so what happened was, I want to say it was 2012. So that's 10 years ago, 9 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Am I getting the math right? So what I did was, me and my friend, we did this video just for fun. We're just gonna throw it up on YouTube. And I did a video. I was imitating Paulie. So I was imitating Paulie, and then somehow that went not viral, but it went viral within the boxing community or whatever. Yeah. And Paulie's friend Pete hit me up, I think, on Twitter, and it was like, bro, me and Paulie watched this video, we were laughing, and from then on we became friendly.
That's so cool. What a cool guy he is too, because I had him on the podcast. What a great guy.
Yeah, he's awesome, man. He's a really cool dude, and he's he just stays real, because once you gain some type of fame, you could really sell out, in a sense of, we're not just talking about money, we're talking about what you believe in and where you come from, and you just lose who you are. And Paulie's not that guy.
You could totally tell, like he's as real as they come.
Yeah. And so with that said, along the years, we always talked about, because we both love Italia, Azzuri, and soccer. We always kept in touch, and over the years, after 2018, the Italian national team were playing so well with Mancini. We were like winning games. Yeah, we were playing like small teams, but nonetheless, Italy, even at their glory, maybe would win a game against a small team 1-0. Now we're winning games, 5-0, 6-0. Like, holy shit! Like, this is a whole different Italy side. And I would text Paulie, I'm like, bro, are you seeing this? Like, this is a whole different thing. He's like, yeah, but I'm still not convinced. I'm like, bro, so we would always keep in touch. So now, it finally came to, around April, May, we're like, let's do this thing. We're before the game or after the game, we chatted up, and we're both very passionate. So I think it came across,
For sure. But that's cool. I mean, especially now there's so many like new, like, I mean, just for me, like, I mean, I'll watch like the big, like I watched, like, I remember 2006, it was nuts. And then I was only 10 years old, but I still saw, but like, I feel like like this Euro Cup just brought like a ton more eyeballs on the team and soccer in general.
Yeah. And also it was good for our culture in America, because our culture is just wasting away. It's people like me, you, Paulie, and all these Italian pages that are keeping our culture alive, because the new generation is not gonna have that pride, and it's a shame, because we have such a an interesting culture, and we have such history.
Dude, if I said it once, I say it like a million times. So that's like why we started. That's why we went heavy on Instagram and TikTok, to reach the younger generation, and not to like push all the old school culture, all the old school values, because obviously shit changes, but keep the core stuff going, and the fun of it.
Yeah, exactly. And almost modernize it, in a sense, with the Instagram and the TikTok. I mean, I don't do the TikToks, but
Dude, I
I
think
see.
Italian TikTok is like, it's crazy. And it's funny too, because you get like the Italian, because it's like, because TikTok's still, I guess, newer. So like your videos get shown all over. So I get videos in
Yeah,
Italy, then I get like real Italians commenting on it. And then now I'm
yeah.
seeing like TikToks from Italian TikTok. And I was like, I don't even know what these guys are saying.
Well, it's I don't know, man. I like it, that the fact that you know, it goes like viral and stuff like that. People that don't even know about our culture or grew up with Italians, they're on, you know, these social networks, and they're kind of getting pieces, you know, tastes of our culture, which is nice. But I'm not a TikTok guy, you know.
Mhm. You
I
got to get
just
on it. It's perfect for the
I know
comedy.
I keep hearing it. I'm like, bro, you got to do it. I'm like, yeah, but I'm not into it. I'm not into it, you know. And but it's, you know, it's cool. But I keep hearing, do it, make one. I'm like, why don't you make me one? You
All
know,
right,
I
I
don't have
got you. I got
this.
you. Done.
You run my page. But yeah,
Amazing.
it's cool. But yeah, you know, our culture is just, you know, it's got to be kept alive in some form or fashion, I think.
For sure. And I think a lot of, especially a lot of the Italian pitchers, especially guys like Sabino and Rocco and Michela, growing up Italian, they do awesome. I'll always support them because they're the ones having events, getting meetups, getting people out, which is cool. It's like
Yeah,
one thing to grow a page. It's another thing to like get people, like get asses
yeah,
in seats too, which is crazy. Which
exactly, exactly.
that's so hard to do because I mean I threw a comedy show in Buffalo with Anthony Rodia a couple of years back, and it's like to get asses in seats is a whole different animal. It's crazy.
It is, yeah, it is. It is the whole promoting, and it's, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's fun, but you know, it's hard.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit like how'd you get into like the comedy? How'd you get into the acting and all that?
So I was always into it. Like I was my when I was a kid, my whole thing was I want to be an actor and I want to be a professional wrestler, you know?
Dude,
So
that's
that was
every kid's freaking dream is acting in
right.
professional wrestling.
Yeah, so that was like,
Preach,
you
dude.
know, my whole team. I remember watching wrestling in the living room, and my mom was in the kitchen, you know, cooking it up, and I'm like, Ma, just so you know, and it was probably like a ladder match or something, you know. So I'm like, Ma, you see what they're doing? That's what I want to do. And she would just roll her
Did
eyes.
you have
I'm
a
like,
little brother that you got the Batista bomb on like the sofa?
bro, listen, I got videos. Okay, I used to have this camera this big, because this is way before the phones and all that. Imagine if we had the phones and all that
Oh my
technology.
God, I know.
Bro, I had a camera this big. It looked like a news camera, right? And I would lug that thing around, and I would have my own like wrestling show. So I still have the VHSs, and
Wow, that's
it's hilarious.
incredible.
It's terrible. I won't post them on Instagram, but
Oh my God, dude,
they're-
you
they're-
should. If I had a camera, like I would have gotten in so much more trouble because like I'd slam my brother, he'd start crying. I'm like, no, 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 you can't cry, don't
yeah, and
cry, don't cry.
he was so annoying too. You know, he was the younger brother, so we would try to, you know, I would try to beat the shit out of him at any chance I got on camera. But yeah, that's how it was like. So I would do like plays in school and stuff like
Awesome.
that. It was just always something that I always wanted to do, and I would do like little movies with this huge freaking camera.
So cool.
And again, they're very embarrassing, so I am not going to post
Dude,
them.
I got embarrassing movies with a buddy of mine from like elementary school and middle school. We shot our own mob movies and like it was just like killing scenes. There was no storyline.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have one of the movies that we did. Some were comedies, and one was called The Jersey Crow. So it was, I know it's as funny as it sounds, and it's like the Crow, but he's from Jersey. so, so it's a whole different Crow. So and it's terrible. It's a terrible movie, and the best part is that looking back on it, I was so convinced. You know, I'm like I'm like, yeah,
He's
you
gonna
know,
win an Oscar.
I'm the shit. Yeah, I'm gonna win something for this, you know? And it's terrible. And then as the years went by, then started making movies like with the little like Nikon or Canon cameras.
Oh, cool.
And those are like on YouTube. They're a little bit less embarrassing, you know,
Hmm.
the story is better, but the quality would be terrible, you know? Like now you can literally shoot a whole movie
Yeah, on your
with your
phone.
phone, you know? But the quality would be terrible and stuff like that. But that was always something that I was doing, you know? And then when Instagram came along, I started doing like sketches and stuff like that. And then in 2016, yeah. So no, actually, in 2015, one of my videos got posted by Italian Comedy, which is not the same page anymore. I don't know if you're familiar with Italian Comedy, but that page was like one of the bigger pages
Yeah.
for Italian Comedy, you know. And I got reposted. I did a video where it was Italians after watching A Bronx Tale. So
You
that
gotta
went.
send me that so I can post it.
I'll send it to you, bro. And that went on that page, and holy shit, overnight it was like I think it was 18,000 views and
Oh shit.
shitload of comments. And I'm like, all right. And then in 2016, I was still doing like sketch videos or whatever, but in 2016 I kind of like, you know, overnight again, I did a video where it's me and this other Italian comedy guy. I don't have to mention his name. He's actually family, but you know, Italian drama, you know, Italian
Dude,
family drama.
I could write a whole book on Italian drama,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. So the Italian family drama is real. But anyway, I had this idea where we could do. So what we would do is for fun, we would do like a famous song at the time, American song, and we would turn it into Sicilian. So it would sound, you know, ridiculous. So what we did was I had this idea all the way up, you know, by Fat Joe.
Yeah.
I'm all the way up. So I did this video on Instagram and it was tutto da sopra. Tutto da sopra. And that video just went, you know, it got reposted by Woodbridge Challenge, which another page that's not the same. It's a whole different, you know, whoever runs it, it's not the same thing. But we went viral, like we were viral overnight. Like it was crazy. And then we would do Facebook lives and thousands of people. And I'm like, holy shit, like this just happened just like that. And we were, you know, doing you know, our sketches or whatever. And at the time, I look at him and I'm like, you see what's happening here? Like, we have to stay consistent.
Yeah.
However, I couldn't take my own advice with the consistency because again, life, work,
life
family,
happens.
that happens. So you know, I gained a lot of followers, but over time, some didn't stick around and stuff like that. But however, I was still posting sporadic videos and they would still get pretty good attention. Now I don't really get reposted as much. And it could be the inconsistency.
It's money, man. I'm telling you, because I mean, I'm in the business full time. I'm a social media marketer. That's the main business for, at least for everybody who doesn't know. I do.
Yeah.
I run. I help small businesses and certain people with their Facebook and Instagram and help them basically just make money using Facebook. I like Facebook ads and Instagram ads and everything, but
Okay.
that's the main reason. Like, unless it's like absolutely like unbelievable content that page, no, like Barstool, for example, like they get video submissions, they use that and they make their own money with monetization and everything like that. But especially for like smaller pages around like the 100, 200,000 followers, like you gotta pay them to get reposted. They're not just.
So that's what it is, right? Because sometimes I'm looking at, well, not sometimes, a lot of times, I'm looking at some videos that are reposted now, and I'm like, okay, this is this is not that funny. This is not that good, you know. And it would be like, you know, sometimes it'd be like just TikToks of a saying or something, you know, and I'm like, oh, this is different. So I guess, yeah, I believe you, you know, is the whole.
Yeah, a lot of times too, those pages, they'll just go through TikTok, see what's got like 10 million likes, and then they'll
Right,
just
and they're
take
like,
that and
let me
share it.
let me
And then
get in
because
on
they've got a
this.
big page on Instagram, nobody cares.
Right, exactly. Yeah, so I noticed that.
I mean, it's the
definitely
name of the
noticed that.
game. Like, that's where, like, I think, like, because I try to not repost that much, and then, like I said, like I'll always give credit where credit's due. Like, growing up Italian, like their original content is insane. Like they're
Oh yeah, they're posting their own stuff. It's not really much of reposting people.
That's
It's a
where
lot
I
of.
feel like that's where I feel like you could differentiate yourself, is if you're just posting original content all the time, your
Yeah,
own memes, your
yeah,
own
exactly.
videos, your own shit. Like that's why like I know like I could probably like grow my page way faster with like just reposting videos, but it's like I want these followers to follow because they like the content I put out and it's what I like doing. I'd rather like have it be a slow build.
Yeah, exactly. And if you go on my page, I'm not reposting really anything. You'll see a video from 2 months ago from me, and then you'll see a video from a week ago.
Yeah.
Uh, that's just and I'll just take it. I'll just take it like that.
Yeah, for sure. So you're gonna
Yeah.
keep with the soccer podcast, or like, are you gonna keep rolling with that? Because now, like, now that I'm like a fan, I'm kind of looking into getting into soccer a little bit, like the Italian leagues and.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It's more passion. We get more passionate when it's about the Italy team, because
Mhm.
there's so much more to it than
Yeah.
just money. Like I used to be a big AC Milan fan, like I'm a AC Milan fan. However, I grew out of love with sports in general because there's so much money is just so, it's what takes over everything. Money
Yeah.
is what takes over. And I know it sounds like, yeah, well, that's just how it is. However, when it comes to sports, you have, let's say I'm a Milan fan, and let's say you're a Juventus fan, and we'll argue with each other, and we'll
Yeah.
like, you know, we're talking about in family, like I experienced this in my family, like most of my family's Inter fans, and I'm a Milan fan, and we'd have arguments. And I noticed over the years, I'm like, hold on. So this Milan player just left Milan to go play for Inter. And it's like, why are fans getting all worked up when not even the players themselves give a shit?
Yeah.
So you kind of you kind of grow out of love. At least for me, I kind of grew out of love for it.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
still
you see
watch
that
it.
too in like the NBA, like
Oh,
guys like LeBron just like up and leave Cleveland, and like
don't even get me started.
that's why I like the UFC because nobody gets paid. They just
Exactly. Yeah, there you go. Nobody gets paid. Don't get me started on the NBA and him, please. I'm a big Kobe fan. Anybody who knows me, I'm a hardcore Kobe fan, like since '96.
wow.
And that's the time where people were still loving Jordan, and
Mm.
I was loving Kobe, and this is before I even knew about the whole Italian background thing.
Yeah.
I loved Kobe, and you know whatever, he stayed with one team the whole way, and
Yeah. Buon anima.
I don't even want to get into it. I get aggravated. But yeah, that's in all sports, but MMA. So MMA, I watch it sporadically. I have my favorites. I know that what's her name? Uh Paige, right? Paige is fighting tomorrow.
Oh yeah, bare knuckle. Paige and
Yeah.
Rachel Ostovich, the two hottest, arguably the two best looking female fighters on the planet, are fighting bare knuckle.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, you can say that again. Yeah, I follow her, and sometimes I'm just like, no, I can't.
Yeah.
Paige, I can't,
Mhm.
I can't. But yeah,
Yeah, you
that's
got
a good fight. But I have my favorites. I like Kobe, Covington, and I like obviously the Italian guys. You
yeah,
know,
Vittorio
The-
Alessio Di Chiaro. And then we got some boxers coming up on the what you call Paulie's fighting again. I don't know if you saw that.
yeah, I did. It's
He's
it's like
fighting that Faccia de Cazzo TikTok guy.
I know. Come on, man. He was. I was talking to him very briefly about it, and people were asking him about it. I'm like, bro, this is like a comedy fight. Like this is
Yeah,
just
he's gonna knock the dude out, make a little bit of money and dip.
yeah. This is a comedy. This is a comedy segment. This is a
Yeah.
Paulie. This is a comedy sketch. This is what we're doing here.
I know, it's funny. I
Yeah.
wanted to fight the guy. I'll go fight that Corey B.
Oh, he's like a dork, dude. He's like a freaking dork.
I've been boxing like 6 years. I think I
Yeah.
could put a little clinic on.
Yeah. Nice, dude. I didn't know. Yeah, I was always into boxing. I grew up loving Tyson, man. Tyson was
Dude, that's
my
the thing. Like I wish, like I know it wasn't the same, but like that's like the one thing, like as a huge like combat sports fan, if I could just go back in time and watch like a Tyson fight in its prime, like on pay-per-view, like
yeah.
because like for me, it's like I love like I'm a hardcore MMA fan. I'm just a casual fan in boxing, but like the best boxing fights are way better than the best MMA fights, like the Wilder Fury fights, like those.
Yeah. Yeah. So I literally like grew up with that era of Tyson, you know, because I would wake up in the morning and just be excited. And I remember nagging my dad. I'm like, oh, tonight's Tyson fight. For every fight, we didn't miss one fight. $50 later, and the fight would last one minute, you know?
I know. I mean,
$50
now
later, you know?
we got streams that we watch now, but
yeah, now we have the streams. But back then though, there were some fights that we watched it for free because you had the cable box.
oh yeah,
where you would pay a certain amount of money for this cable box and you would get all the channels. That's including the Spice channel. You know the Spice channel, right? that was the porn channel, bro. That was big. That was big for us back in the day. Now you have a plethora, you have a whole, library full of porn. But but yeah, it was a struggle back then. But yeah, Mike Tyson was the, I would, as a kid, bro, imagine, 10 years old, 8 years old, staying up after midnight just to watch Tyson. Crazy.
I can't imagine. I mean,
yeah, it's
we got
awesome.
awesome. Deontay Wilder now, which I mean, it's not the same.
Yeah, well, Tyson was just mainstream and he was controversial and everybody knows him. It was a whole different animal.
For sure. But going back to soccer a little bit. So I just like did like kind of like the solo part, just telling everybody where I was before. And here are some of my rules to soccer that I want to change. And let me get your take on it.
Oh yeah, let's hear this. Should I get my notebook? Should I get a notebook or
maybe?
We're good? No. I'll just watch this over. Go ahead.
So rule number 1, let's cut the field size in half. Just to start.
That's all right. That would make a very honestly, you would have to put less players on the field.
Yeah, maybe a couple less players, and we'll shrink the size of the goal a little bit too.
Yeah, because then you would have a whole lot of goals. You would have like a whole lot of goals if you cut the field in half. Holy shit, that would be like we're looking at 18 to 10 score games.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what you want to see. Another thing I don't understand the added time. Like I didn't grow up playing soccer, so it's like nobody explained it to me ever.
Okay. All right. So you want me to explain it to you?
Yeah, if you could.
All right. So when during the game someone falls and acts like they just got shot.
Yeah, just shot out. Yeah.
They're destroyed. They're on the floor and they're aching, and they're doing that for about 3 fucking minutes.
Yeah.
And we could curse on here, right?
Oh yeah, go for it.
Okay. So when that happens, the added time is added to the end of the game, to the end of the half.
Why don't they just stop the clock?
That would be more efficient, but we've come such a long way that we can't turn back now.
All right, that's fair.
You know what I mean? Like we can't just turn back now and kind of make everybody spallati, make everybody, we can't do that.
Okay, why do people? Yeah, what's up with I get the flopping like in basketball, you're trying to get like a charge or something like that, but like, what's up with all the flopping? And I don't get it.
Bro, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Is this a background?
Me?
No. Do I have a background? Holy shit!
Oh yeah, you got like a green
this wrong. I'm like, I have a thing. I was gonna put something behind me, and I'm like,
Dude, I thought that was a wall like for like half the time, and then I kind of realized it's a green screen a little bit.
Holy shit, this is awesome, man!
For everybody listening, go to the YouTube and see Robbie's green.
Wow, so I could basically walk around wherever the hell I want. I could be in the bathroom and you won't even know.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
Yeah. So yeah, even with like, for example, the VAR. The VAR is where they look over, like if it's a penalty kick or if it's a handball or if it's offsides, if the goal is not going to count. Bro, that just started.
Wow.
That just started. Yeah, that just started. That whole thing took a long time for, there would be a lot of controversial things, and you can't retract. Like you can't say, oh, that wasn't a goal, So that's one thing.
I guess it's like the same with baseball.
Oh yeah, like baseball, yeah.
They just started using like video replays.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, those are kind of like the only three things. Cause like I know like when I watch certain sports, they'll like give you the rules of the sport beforehand. I'm like, there's like it's like a tie game, like there's shots on goal. There's like we're 95 minutes in. I go, when is the clock? Like when is this clock gonna stop?
Yeah. Yeah. And then when you go into overtime, it's 15 minutes each.
Yeah. And I don't know why they
And
don't just reset the clock to 0. They just like go, we're like 90 or like we're
I think, well, all
105 minutes.
right. Well, hold on, Nico. So I think what they want to do is they want to show you that these players have been on the field for so long.
Fair.
You know,
Fair.
you know what I mean? It's like, you have the other sports where it's like handball, aka football, American football, where it's stop and go, stop and go.
Yep.
And then soccer is like you got to really be in a different kind of shape, just to do that.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh
just
yeah.
so
It's a lot of running.
you know, bro, like all the World Cups and Euro Cups are usually taking place in the summer, right? Like we just did.
Mhm.
However, this is a big thing. Me and Paulie definitely want to do a video chat about this. I think for the first time, the World Cup is going to be taking place in the winter next
Wow.
year. Yeah, and
It's gonna be like somewhere in the Middle East, though, right?
that's why, because it's going to be so hot that
Yeah,
that
it's
all these players are going to
unbearable.
drop dead if they were to play in the summer there.
That's
So why
cool.
even have it there? I don't know, but the games are going to be in the winter. It's going to be weird. So I kind of came up with this idea. I'm like, how are we supposed to celebrate? If we win the World Cup, where are we going to
Oh
celebrate?
my God,
But
I
it's
didn't
going to
even
be,
think of
bro,
that.
but it's going to be so cold. How are we going to celebrate? So I came up with a solution. This is the only way, because we cannot celebrate
Yeah,
if we win. We had, I already missed 2 weeks ago. I already missed it. Like I kind of want to already go back in time and do that day again. I had such a good time, and being around all the Italians, and it was just I had a really good time, and how are we gonna do that in the World Cup next year? So I thought the only way we could do it is we rent a hall, like we all these places like Bensonhurst, they have to rent a hall, like a big place, and then we all watch the game and celebrate indoors because it's gonna be too cold to be outside, dude. The
Yeah.
final game is December 18th. We're gonna be freezing our
Holy
balls,
shit, dude. That's
you
so
know?
late. It's
Yeah,
Christmas time.
it's Christmas time, so it's bizarre. It's bizarre.
Yeah, we'll rent like a freaking convention center or something. We'll start selling vendor space and getting
Yeah,
sponsors and shit.
that's how we're gonna have to do it.
I'm with it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. I really appreciate it. Dude, I gotta show you. I'll send you some of the clips that we got for everybody else listening. Like, I'll try to get this thing on YouTube next week. It's gonna just be a pain in the ass to edit. Like, I'm like a quarter of the way in because I've got like what I did. I shot it like off my phone. I had my friend there shooting me, and then I had like a lav mic like taped to a wooden spoon with a second phone in my pocket recording the audio just because it was so
Oh,
loud. So I'm like
gotcha.
throwing the audio on the video. So there's like a lot that's going into this
There
editing.
is a lot. There's a lot of editing.
But
And
dude, I
what I
posted
did,
some of the videos of just the celebrations. All you see is like beer and champagne coming down like
yeah,
freaking rain. We were soaked. It was
yeah, and it's funny because I almost didn't make it. I'm really glad I made it because, again, I'm down the shore in Jersey, right? So I was like, I really want to go, and then I'm like, do I go? Because I'm not crazy about driving into the city,
oh, I
I'm
know.
not crazy about
Dude,
driving
I
into New
almost
York.
didn't go and I was just driving from Queens.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. So so what happened was the game started at 3, right? The game
Yeah.
starts at 3, and I got a video call from Paulie around 2 o'clock. I'm home in my guinea tee. I don't even think I was wearing pants. I gotta be honest with you. I thought it was just underwear, skinny tee, and I'm like, that's it. I'm just watching. I'm not. Because down here there's so many Italians down the shore. However, they're not loud. Like they're
Yeah.
not. They're Italian. Like there's a bunch of Napolitan and pizzerias and stuff like that, but there was no viewings and there was no beeping of the horn, and it was just like I don't want to miss out on this. So Paulie video called me. He's like, "Bro, where are you?" And he looked disappointed to see me in my guinea tee. He was disappointed. He's like, "You're not here," And I'm like, "I gotta go.
Yeah.
I gotta go." So I threw on my pants and I threw on my jersey and I shot over there, and I missed the first half. I was watching it in the car or hearing it in the car, and I parked on 15th Ave, walked a little bit to 18th Ave, and it was worth it, bro. It was worth it. I'm so happy that I went there to experience it. You know,
I know, me too, dude. I think the same exact way. That's because I was watching because I missed the first like 15 minutes. I was watching in the car, and then we're like on the freaking Belt Parkway, and England scores. I go, oh my god, what's going on?
And imagine that I'm driving and
all the way fucking Jersey.
Bro, England scores. I'm like, all right, stay calm. You know, don't drive normal, like drive calmly. However, if I drive all the way to Brooklyn and we lose, I'm gonna be fucking pissed.
Yeah,
you know,
I know, dude. The same.
And I drove all the way to Brooklyn, but yeah, man, it was awesome, man. Bensonhurst was alive, and what a day.
I never even been down in that part of Brooklyn.
Yeah, it was awesome, man. It was great.
For sure. So I'll send you the vlog when I got it up.
Yeah, and whenever you want to come down, man, we could work something out. You know.
Sounds like
it's hard. Man. It's hard. All right, bro. Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for coming on, man. Where can everybody follow you before we
so follow me on Robbie Alessandro _TV, and then as well on YouTube. That's on Instagram, and on YouTube, Robbie Alessandro TV as well on YouTube. And there's gonna be a lot of Italian comedy videos gonna be posted very soon. Stick around. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fun.
Awesome. Sounds good. We'll put the link in the description too, dude. Thanks so much for coming on, man. Hopefully we'll get together real soon.
Absolutely.
All right, brother. Ciao.
Take care. Ciao, bro. Ciao.
Thank you guys for watching this episode of The Sit Down. Be sure to follow The Wooden Spoon at The Wooden Spoon Media on all social medias. I think except Twitter. Twitter's a weird one. It was too long for some reason. So it's like at TW Spoon Media or whatever. But anyways, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're posting that Azzuri vlog in Brooklyn real soon. I'm so excited. And be sure to get all your merch at thewoodenspoonstore.com. Your t-shirts, your flags, hoodies, sweatpants, engraved wooden spoon, and your giant wooden spoon. You need a big wooden spoon for your house. I can't stress it enough. It's customized. It's awesome. It's made of hardwood. Go hit somebody with it. I don't know. Use it as self-defense. But that's thewoodenspoonstore.com. And yeah, so I appreciate you guys listening, and we'll see you in the next episode. Ciao.